Okay, I want to go over how to draw vectors and connect them following directions based on a magnitude for the vector and then, excuse me, counterclockwise angle measurements. So just to kind of review what a counterclockwise angle measurement is. So if we think of our X and Y axis, okay, if we start over here on the positive X axis, we would call that 0 degrees. So if I start here on the X axis, if I go counterclockwise is in this direction, okay? So a move from 0 to 90 degrees counterclockwise would get me to here, okay? If I kept moving counterclockwise, I'd get to 180, 270, and if I made it all the way back around again, that would be 360, okay? So counterclockwise is in that direction, right? If you kind of follow the arrow heads here. So this is, in this case, for this assignment, we're going to be doing, you're going to be creating your own buried treasure map, okay? And you need to give directions based on magnitudes for your displacement vectors and the direction that those vectors point in based on counterclockwise angle measurements. Right, so you're going to need a protractor and ruler to do this. Now, let's say that these are the vectors that I have for you to find the buried treasure on my treasure map here. So I'm just going to go through each one and show you how to do this. Now, when you guys make your own map, you have to establish a starting point for whoever's trying to find the treasure. You know, usually you want to start towards a corner, but it's kind of up to you. You could have them start in the middle. You could have them start, you know, somewhere to the bottom right, whatever you want. But in this case, we're going to start here. X marks the spot to start. So let's do this first one. Now my scale on here is 5 centimeters. Sorry, 1 centimeter equals a pace. So we have 5 paces, so that's going to be 5 centimeters. Now this first vector is going at counterclockwise 90 degrees. So on this, that would be 5 centimeters going north. And I'm just going to put it at the 6 because I can't see the line at the end of the ruler. All right, so then from 6, I'm going to go to 1, and it's pointing straight up. So there's my first vector, right? 5 paces, which a pace is equal to 1 centimeter. So there we go, 5 centimeters at 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, so if you kind of want to put that angle in there, you can. I'm not going to do that for every single one, but there you go. All right, the next one is 8 paces, so that'll be 8 centimeters, and it's counterclockwise 0 degrees. So what that means is it's not moving, right? It's just pointing east, right? You don't have to change the angle on this one, right? So again, I'm just starting at 1 just because I can't see the end of this ruler. So if it's 8, I have to go to 9 on this. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, just so you know, that is 8 centimeters long. All right. So there's my second vector. The third vector is 3 paces, so 3 centimeters counterclockwise 45 degrees. So I take my my protractor, and the hole in the protractor right here, that is the origin of the protractor. So that's where all the angles are measured from. This origin has its own x-axis and its own y-axis. So when you line up your protractor, that's what you have to make sure you do. You can't have it like this, right? Because now the x-axis is not lined up with the x-axis on your graph paper. So I make sure that it's lined up on the x-axis. I put the origin of the protractor at the very end of my arrow, the previous vector's arrowhead. Okay? So there it is. Now, it's supposed to be 45 degrees counterclockwise. So starting on the x-axis, I'm going to rotate 45 degrees, which is right up here. Make a little mark. Okay. Now, this needs to be 3 centimeters long. So I'm going to line up my ruler with the end of the arrowhead and the little mark that I made for the angle. Okay. And this is 3 centimeters long, so 1, 2, 3. All right. The next one is 7 paces counterclockwise 180. Okay, so that's going to be 7 centimeters to the left, right? 180, if I kind of look at this, is like that. All right. Now this needs to be 7 centimeters long. So I line my ruler up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Next is 6 paces, 300 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, well, I know, before I draw this, let me put a note here. Right? If I remember, this is 270 down here. So right in here, that's going to be 30 degrees, right? So 270, which is straight down, plus an additional 30 is going to get me the 300. The reason for this is this protractor does not go up to 300 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, line the origin of the protractor up with the arrowhead here. Okay. And I know that I need, for 300 degrees, I need to go rotate 270 plus, so here's 270 plus 30, 10, 20, 30. Okay, so that would be 300 degrees. This needs to be 6, so let's line this up. It actually goes right to it. The mark that I made. Okay. Again. Okay, to this line, that's 270. And then to this one, that's 300. And if you kind of want to talk just about this angle in here, that's 30. Okay. All right, my last one is 3.5 paces at 20 degrees. Okay. So line this up. $20 is right there. And I need this to be 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. It's right there. Okay. So this is where my treasure is buried. It's buried in this box right here. Okay. And that box happens to be H18. All right. So when I give my final answer for this, I would dig at H18. That's where the buried treasure is. Okay.